April 29, 2020. It is 5:03. Again, this is available live on YouTube, www.youtube.com. And the meeting will also be aired on ETV Channel 16 tomorrow night, following evening. I'm going to read the ground rules and then we'll get started. Town manager proposed budget has been posted online at www.enfield-ctgov-193 annual budget. Due to the COVID-19 public health emergency and pursuant to Governor Lamont's executive orders, public comment on the proposed budget will be by written testimony only. Electors or taxpayers may submit written testimony, which should include their name, address to PH Budget Comments at Enfield.org by 5 o'clock on Monday, the 27th, 2020, April 27th. All public comment received for any Enfield electors or taxpayers will be posted online at www.enfield-ct.gov 24 hours prior to this public hearing. Suzanne will do roll call, then I'll read the ground rules before we go to the budget. Roll call, please.
Councilor Bosco.
Here.
Councilor Sakala.
Here.
Councilor Hemler.
Here.
Councilor Kiner.
Here.
Mayor Ludwig.
Here.
Councilor Mancini.
Here.
Councilor Muller.
Here.
Councilor Riley.
Here.
Councilor Sferrazza.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Suzak.
Here.
Councilor Ungary.
Here.
There's 11 members present, none are absent.
Thank you, Suzanne. The ground rules for this virtual public hearing dated on April 29, 2020. Public hearing ground rules. A public hearing has been scheduled to allow interested citizens an opportunity to express their opinion regarding the proposed annual operating and capital budget for the fiscal year July 1, 2020 to June 30th, 2021. Due to the COVID-19 public emergency and pursuant to Governor Lamont's executive order, public comments on the proposed budget was received by written testimony only. Electors and taxpayers submitted comments to an email address dedicated to receiving public comment on the budget. PH Budget Comments at Enfield.org was the address. All public comments received were posted on the website under Town Council. The town received 2 public comments concerning the proposed budget, which were shared with each member of the Town Council to consider as part of the budget deliberation. We will now hear a brief presentation from the Superintendent of Schools, Chris Drezik, followed by a brief presentation by the Town Manager, Christopher Bromson. And then we will close the public hearing. Again, there will be no Q&A at this point. These are 2 presentations. Next week, we start our deliberations. Moving on to item 2 on the agenda, budget. Item A, Christopher Drezik, our Superintendent of Schools. You now have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, and Chairman Cruzel is also on this meeting as well. I realize that this public hearing looks a lot different than what we're used to. But since I won't be presenting the board's budget tonight, I'd just like to remind anyone watching that the Board of Ed's proposed budget book and presentation is on our website, enfieldschools.org, as well as a link on the Town of Enfield's website. A lot has changed since the board sent our budget request to the town manager back in February, but I think it's important for everyone watching this evening to know exactly what we've been doing since that submission. So once discussions about COVID-19 began, Chris and I made a conscious choice that for any major decision that we would make, we would do so in consultation with each other. We both realized that each of our decisions have a dramatic impact on both of our organizations. And in a time of crisis like this, we need to stand shoulder to shoulder and do what's in the best interest for the entire Enfield community. So it was no coincidence that on March 12th, when Chris declared a state of emergency for the town of Enfield, I also closed schools indefinitely. And every major decision that we've made together. And during this unprecedented time, the town and the council and all of our members should be aware of our strong partnership and our commitment to do everything we can to get us through this. And when it came to the budget, the board had originally requested a 2.6% increase for next year. Very early in this pandemic, Chris and I realized that there would be a significant financial impact from this, not only in Enfield, but throughout the entire country. We also realized that asking for an increase in the budget was not the responsible thing to do during these trying times. So district leadership worked tirelessly to identify areas to reduce our request so that the board wouldn't burden the town with making very difficult decisions. And after consulting with board leadership, I informed Chris that the board could absorb a flat funded budget for next year without impacting our two biggest priorities: programs for kids or laying off staff. And to save time this evening, I can direct anyone interested in more specifics to our board meeting from last night where I shared more details, as that meeting is now up on our YouTube channel as well. But as I mentioned to Chris, this isn't something that we can do every year, but we all hope that this is the last pandemic we're ever going to experience. So we're going to have to bend a bit, but it's not going to break us. And I'm confident that if we keep working together, we're going to get through this stronger than we were before. So I thank you for your time, Mr. Mayor.
I can't hear Mike, but I assume that he went to the next item on the agenda, which is me, I hope. If that's correct, Mayor, you can nod.
Sorry, Chris,
Okay.
I was speaking and I was on mute. So again, I want to apologize. Moving on to item B, our town manager, Christopher Bromson. Thank you for your sense of humor, and I apologize to you, sir.
No, I feel like that sometimes, Mike, that I'm speaking, but nobody can hear me. But no, just joking.
That was my bad. I apologize.
No, I would just like to first off commend and thank Mr. Drezek for his collaboration and his leadership on this matter. I had an opportunity to present my budget. That is on the town manager. It is on our website under budget information. So those who would like to see it can watch it. As you stated, Mr. Mayor, our entire budget has been online. I will just reiterate for those listening, and this is a little different. Really, the public hearing has already occurred. This is to document it and to commemorate it with the council present. But the hearing has occurred, as you indicated, there were 2 public comments. But I will just state for those who will watch this that the budget totals the proposed manager's budget $138,911,188. The mill rate would remain flat at 34.23 with a $0 increase in the proposed budget. And I commend anybody, if they'd like to see the presentation or our budget or Chris's budget, to go on our respective websites to look at it. But with that, I conclude and I thank you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Again, I want to remind people that we will start our deliberations next week, with our goal to hopefully have passed the budget with our usual mid-May meeting in council meeting in May. Again, we will post meetings next week, and thank you, everyone. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
By
Second.
Councilor Mangini,
Second.
seconded by Councilor Muller. By all those in favor, say aye.
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 11 in favor, 0 against. Thank you, everyone. Again, everyone be safe. Have a great night, and we look forward to seeing everyone next week. Thank you, folks.
Thank you. Thank you.